Well, morning all. Um, the weather report said the weather was going to pick up today. um, so I got up early. It had been dry all night. Packed up, put everything in my rucksack. Set off to the laundrette to go and wash my clothes. It's like an outdoor laundry facility. And no sooner had I chucked everything in to the washing machine, did it start raining again. I mean, it's only light drizzle, but it's not going to be easy to get my stuff dry. So I tumble dried what I could, anything that was synthetic, tumble dried. And over the last few days with the storms, my sleeping bags and my quilt seem to have got progressively more damp feeling. The sleeping bag's not such a problem because it's siliconized down, so it's relatively water resistant. But the quilt was getting, damper and damper. So when I chucked my synthetic clothes in the tumble dryer, I also threw my sleeping bag and my quilt in with them and tumble dried it all together, which is A, helped freshen up the sleeping bag and the quilt a bit, and B, just dried them all out, so that's good. So I've just wandered back out to the forest. I've pitched my tarp and then I've stretched my washing line underneath the tarp. I mean, the air's pretty damp, so I don't know. I mean, this is the stuff that's made of merino wool, so it naturally just wants to dry of its own accord anyway. So I'm hoping that even in the damp weather it will still dry out. Worst case scenario, while it's warm, I could put some of it on damp and wear it till it's dry maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, it's unlikely to end up going really stinky or anything because merino, the lanolin in the merino is naturally antibacterial, so it doesn't get too smelly. Just got the kettle on. It's 10 past 9 in the morning. I've not even had a hot drink yet, so I've had some breakfast. The laundry facilities are between two supermarkets. There's an Aldi and another one called Intermarché, and I just called into Aldi's and got some. They have like a bakery section and they got their fresh croissants, so I had a couple of croissants for breakfast. Yeah, so I'm just hanging out here for a bit. I'll probably wander back into town later on, pick up some supplies for my evening meal. I might go about 2ish, half 2 time, and see if I can catch the showers before they close and have a quick shower since I've got all nice clean clothes. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a week left. It's sort of like a wind down now, I suppose. I don't know. In a funny kind of way, I'm looking back forward to getting home just because, I've got stuff to do. And in another respect, I'm kind of not looking forward to it because, it's going to be cold and miserable and I'll be back at work. So I don't know if I'm going to carry on with the daily vlogs when I get back home. I mean, they're already starting to feel a bit sort of repetitive and samey, I guess. I mean, in some respects, that's a result of the fact that I've just stayed in this one location once I got here. I could have made more of an effort to travel around Portugal, but it's just such a pain in the arse with the massive rucksack and all the equipment. And because I am planning on coming back at the end of the year, I kind of didn't want to spoil it either. I wanted to get a feel for the place and give myself a nice break and stuff. But and obviously it was like very unscripted and spur of the moment. So yeah, so that's about the state of it. Sitting here under the tarp, making a brew. It's not bad really, to be fair. This is so it's Friday today. I fly back next Friday. So I don't know if my flight's delayed again. I might end up being too late to get myself an Airbnb. I don't really want to pay for an Airbnb, reserve and pay for an Airbnb if I end up missing check-in time. And I've on my way to the airport, I ended up going from Ashbourne, where I live, out to Derby, and then from Derby to Leicester, and then from Leicester to Birmingham coach station, and then from Birmingham coach station to the airport. Turns out there's a coach that runs directly from Birmingham coach station directly to Derby. I don't know how I missed that on the way out, but anyhow, so I booked that. I think it only cost me a £5 or something crazy. It's literally costed me a £5 to get back home. Anyhow, I digress. So yeah, I've also booked my transport from Santiago back to Lisbon for the day that I fly. So what I'm thinking is, if it turns out I am late back, I might just end up just crashing in the airport and then just getting my coach the next morning. I mean, there's something to be said for getting an Airbnb, you know, getting a proper night's sleep and being able to have a shower and stuff, but because the flights are a bit unpredictable, the last one was delayed by 3 hours, and this one, it's not due to arrive in the UK till about 9 o'clock in the evening, something like that, 10 past 9 something. If that's delayed by 3 hours, you know, an Airbnb is not going to stay up and let me, you know, check in at that time of night, I don't think. So I might be safer off as just planning to just crash in the airport. You know, there's often people just knocking around, so I'll probably find a corner to lean up and just doze off for a bit or something. I don't know. I'll see. I mean, if I don't book somewhere and then I get kicked out of the airport, that could be problematic because I'll be bloody freezing. But I best, where's it at? Kettle's just boiling, so I'll call that quits for today. I'll speak to you tomorrow.